Hi everyone, in this lecture I am going to talk about thin layer chromatography. In thin layer chromatography, the stationary phase used is the solid adsorbent coated onto a glass plate. The solid adsorbents will have adsorption capacity, and the principle involved in TLC is adsorption. And the mobile phase can be a mixture of organic solvent and aqueous solvent. Based on what type of sample we are going to analyze, we can change the mobile phase. In TLC, the stationary phase is a solid one and the mobile phase is a liquid one. So the principle involved is adsorption, which means the separation is based on the relative affinity or the adsorption of our sample towards the stationary phase. Let's say if our sample is having more adsorption towards the stationary phase, which means the sample will be held to a stationary phase for a longer period of time. So its RF value, that is retention value, is very low. But whereas if our sample is having very less adsorption capacity towards the stationary phase, then they will move at a faster rate. So the distance travelled by those kind of substances will be very larger. So this is the basic principle behind TLC. So to begin TLC, we have to prepare our stationary plates. The stationary plates can be prepared by using silica gel. Today I am going to explain how we have to prepare the stationary phase. For preparing stationary phase, we have to take 15 gram of silica gel, and it has to be mixed with 30 ml of water, and with the help of a pouring method. That is, in pouring method, we have to keep our slides at 45-degree angles, and we are going to pour our suspension, that is the silica gel slurry, into the slanted slide, and we have to tilt the slide so it will spread evenly throughout the entire slide. And after preparing our slide, we have to dry it at room temperature, and after that we have to keep it in hot air oven for 20 minutes to activate the TLC plates, because TLC plates will have some amount of water, and those water molecules may disturb the distance travelled by our solute. That may disturb the adsorption capacity of our stationary phase. So to activate them, we have to heat it in a hot air oven for 120 degrees Celsius for nearly 20 minutes. So at that time, the water molecule that may present in the adsorbent layer will be removed. So after activating the TLC plates, we have to apply our sample spots with the help of capillary tubes, and the samples should be applied in a manner that the bottom of the slide should be at least 1 centimeter above the solvent system that we have prepared separately in development chamber. And while keeping the spots, we have to make sure that all spots are at an equal distance from each other. They should be separated, or else the developed spots will be merged at last. So after keeping the sample spots, we have to keep them in a development chamber. In the development chamber, we are supposed to keep a solvent system. The solvent system has to be prepared in a manner that it has to be suitable for sample elution. So after preparing the solvent system, we have to keep it aside at room temperature to attain saturation. And so after preparing this mobile phase, we have to keep our prepared slide inside the development chamber. Now the development chamber that is having the solvent system will move towards the adsorbent layer, that is against the gravity in the stationary phase through a capillary action. So this movement will also separate or move the solute spots that we have kept at the beginning. Based on the solubility or based on the adsorption capacity, the movement distance will vary for each and every sample, and as the solutes keep moving, we have to make sure that the development is in a uniform manner and it does not struck in middle of the development, and we have to make sure that the solvent is not evaporating while we are keeping the slide inside development chamber, and after it has developed into 3 by 4th, we have to remove the slide from development chamber. We have to air dry it because the samples might be destroyed if we keep it in hot air oven for drying. So after air drying, we have to use a specific method or non-specific method to determine what kind of sample is present in our sample solution. And after deducting, we can find out the RF values by calculating the distance traveled by solute as well as distance traveled by the solvent. So with this method, we can also qualitatively analyze the presence of various organic compounds such as carbohydrates, amino acids, and some other organic drugs.